more players are playing more games on more teams and more leagues than in any other sport. In all the towns and cities where basketball thrives, none can compare to Philadelphia. For 20 exciting years, 5 schools have built a tradition of rivalry unmatched anywhere. It is basketball for anyone who can shoot, scream, or scramble. It is called the Philadelphia Big Five.
They're going to baseline, they're making a cut twice. Once you blocked it, you got to get inside of him.
Even now the season's over, when I think back of some of the games that I've played, I still get the tingle in my stomach and my throat gets dry.
It just means so much to the people, to yourselves, to everybody involved. You know, you just do anything to win.
You want to win tonight? Do one thing. One thing. Just one thing. When you shoot the ball, go get it. Hey, let's go. Gang rebound. Gang rebound. Let's go.
There is no logic to Big Five basketball. Like a good Alfred Hitchcock movie, you never really know how it's going to end. 5 schools, no more than 10 miles apart, playing the most competitive basketball in America. 5 schools that turned neighborhood struggles into a city series rivalry and challenged the best in the country. For 20 action-filled years, it's been a resounding success. Ask anybody who has ever been there. Ask the Big Five's Player of the Year. LaSalle's Charlie Wise grew up with the Big Five as a kid in Cape May, New Jersey.
You know, I used to sit home and at nights I used to watch the Big Five games on television, and I'd see all the excitement, you know, and the emotion of the players, the fans, and the coaches, and I said to myself, I got to go to the Big Five and play.
Stay with your man! Deny him! Foul, Joey! Foul!
Now wake up!
Come on! Oh, no way!
Get that rebound!
We're running man or zone, dribble, strong side.
Let's go,
Philadelphia and its suburbs provide the backbone of Big Five competition. But more and more out-of-state athletes are becoming a vital part of this hotbed of basketball. Washington, D.C. provided Villanova with high-scoring Keith and Larry Herron. All Big Five Norman Black joined St. Joe's from Baltimore, while Villanova's Reggie Robinson, by contrast, stayed right at home. The Temple Owls welcomed Atlantic City, New Jersey's Walt Montfort, and after one season, Montfort found a special closeness among these Big Five rivals.
I find that we stick together, all the teams. We play against each other hard, but we have banquets where we all meet each other, we all talk to each other. It's more or less a family type of feeling, but when we're on the court, you know, we're there to play seriously.
You're always up for a city series game. You shoot a little surer, you leap a little higher, you try a little harder. It is these intense intercity rivalries that sharpen the Big Five talents for nationwide exposure. Each school, LaSalle under Paul Westhead, Chuck Daly's Penn Quakers, the St. Joe's Hawks of Harry Booth, Temple under Don Casey, and Rollie Massimino's Villanova Wildcats play a national schedule. A Big Five player may be in Madison Square Garden one night, battling highly ranked Notre Dame another, and shooting at South Carolina or Providence or Oregon a week later. No city in America can boast of better media coverage. Newspaper headlines and live television put the Big Five in millions of homes. That is very important to a young man like Mark Linetto, who knows he won't play basketball all his life.
The exposure I've gotten from the TV and from the major newspapers in this area, that I will be able to probably have a step over somebody else, say, who somebody will recognize my name when I go in for an interview, or somebody who's seen me play, that I definitely think it'll be an advantage.
Temple's Lou Canelli is majoring in journalism. Can playing basketball in the nation's fourth largest city help him?
My experience here at Temple and being associated with the Big Five has opened up a lot of opportunities for me. My freshman year, I got to meet a lot of the journalists in the city, and since that's my field of study here, they showed me a little bit about what my job's going to entail if I do work in that field.
To Mark Linetto and Lou Canelli, basketball is a passport to recognition in an area of 6 million people. Philadelphia is a city of business, a city of sports, a city of history. For Bob McAteer, that recognition began 14 years ago as captain of the LaSalle Explorers. Today, Bob McAteer is a deputy district attorney for the city of Philadelphia.
I was a North Jersey resident and came to Philadelphia and feel now that I'm an adopted son of the city. It's primarily through the fact that I played and competed in the Big Five. And I feel that the tremendous business opportunities exist mainly because people remember you. After graduating, if you decide to stay in the city of Philadelphia, your reputation carries over.
Bob McAteer was selected for the Big Five Hall of Fame in 1976. He now takes his place in the dramatic history of the Big Five, a history that radiates on each school a proud background of basketball greatness. Take, for example, Hawk Hill. Some say that it's higher than Mount Everest. In 20 years, this small Jesuit school called St. Joseph's has won more City Series games and championships than any of its rivals. It is Cliff Anderson, number 30, who is the all-time City Series scoring leader and a member of the Big Five Hall of Fame. Anderson and Matt Gukas, number 24, made the Hawks nearly unbeatable. In the early 70s, Mike Banton, number 44, led St. Joe's into NCAA tournament play. And the Hawks' tradition of emotional, pressure-packed basketball continues today. Due west of St. Joe's is the latest Big Five school to reach the finals of the NCAA tournament. Who can forget All-American Howard Porter in that 1971 Villanova squad that extended UCLA to the limits, finishing the season as the second best team in the United States. Outstanding individual talent has become a Villanova trademark. Hubie White came out of West Philadelphia to shoot his way into the Big Five Hall of Fame. Wally Jones turned his Villanova experience into a long professional career. One of more than 30 Big Five graduates to play in the pro ranks during the past 20 years. And Villanova's heritage ranked second to none. LaSalle likewise claims a crown among all this royalty. In 1969, the Explorers produced one of the city's best all-time teams. Coached by alumnus and former All-Pro Tom Gola, who is now a member of the National Collegiate Hall of Fame, LaSalle's speed dazzled 23 opponents. With Larry Cannon and Ken Durrett leading the attack, the explosive Explorers finished the regular season ranked number 2 in the national polls. The winning spirit has never left this small Catholic school that has enjoyed as much basketball success as any team in the East. For 6 consecutive years, the best basketball team in the prestigious Ivy League was the University of Pennsylvania. From 1969 through 1975, the Quakers won 20 or more games each season, the longest string of dominance in Big Five history. Guards Steve Bilski and Dave Wall formed one of the quickest backcourts in college ball. Corky Calhoun, number 20, now a Hall of Famer, did it all. Bob Morse proved to be one of the best shooting big men ever in city competition. The Penn Quakers, in the early years a doormat of the Big Five, had become a force to be reckoned with, winning or sharing 5 straight Big Five championships. Temple University, a large, modern, state-supported school, was the Big Five's first national power. A major reason, All-American Guy Rogers. In 1955 and 56, Rogers paired up with Hal King Lear, and the Owls advanced to the Final Four of the NCAA tournament. A product of Philadelphia's playgrounds, Rogers still rates as one of the slickest ball handlers in the history of the sport. Rogers was one of many Temple greats to come under the wing of National Hall of Famer Harry Litwack, whose 1969 Owls won the NIT. Temple is firmly established as another Big Five team that can play with anyone in America. And so all the high-scoring heroes of the Big Five past seem to converge on the Palestra to join the drama of another City Series title game.
Control the tempo of the game all along. Every time we have the ball, we want to get a good shot and score.
It's St. Joe's and Villanova, and there's no tomorrow.
Now, above all, I think you're going to see a wild group of fans, and rightly so. They've been waiting 8 years for this. Now, one thing, I want us to go out there and be sky high, but I want it tempered with a relaxed type of intelligent play. Every single play could be the big play of the game.
You know, the Villanova-St. Joe game through the years has been a great rivalry, but emotion plays so much an important part in the game. I think in the St. Joe game especially, we were very much afraid of their emotional aspect.
For the Hawk and the Wildcat, this is a season wrapped up in 40 frantic minutes.
Play him in! Play him!
Bring it up, deny!
Open up, Mikey! Help position! Fight, Mikey, down! And fight!
Back and forth, give and take. For Villanova, Keith Herron, all Big Five and all basketball player, carved out 22 points. Brother Larry scored 14, and Villanova played like it was an NCAA final.
Get him, Tate! Get him, Tate!
St. Joe's dove and drove and hustled like the Hawk has always done. And Mike Thomas hit the nets for a game-high 24 points. In a season of many competitive conflicts, 7 top 20 teams visited the Palestra, and 6 conference champions will be in next year. But it's a sure bet none of those games will ever top the intensity or enthusiasm of a Big Five championship.
Push, Whitey! Help him, Mikey!
Although this year the Hawk and the Wildcat would share the Big Five crown, next year it could be the Explorer, or the Quaker, or the Owl winning it all. That's what makes Big Five basketball one of a kind. The competition that for so many started on a playground had become a way of life, a friendly challenge, an education, a lifetime membership in the Philadelphia Big Five.
There's just a lot of nice people associated with the Big Five.
This was a dream of mine. Like all little kids look up to players, and I looked up to the players in the Big Five.
If a person is interested in remaining in this area after his college days, the Big Five has untold value.
You get so much exposure, and it's so much excitement. You learn so much, it helps you to become a better person, I feel.
And if someone is really looking to combine good academics with good basketball, I think they could look at any Big Five school.
If I had to do it all over again, I'd come back to the Big Five and play.